this week is no different. We have diversity with Delilah, and this week she is featuring one of my favorite coaches, I think, of all time. It just seems like a really great guy, Mr. Tony Dungy. So, Delilah, go ahead and you take it away.
All right. So, I do respect Tony Dungy a lot. Again, as Nick mentioned in the beginning of the show, he was part of the Super Bowl where the Bears and Colts played each other, and it's the first time in NFL history where two head coaches were African American, and so like that was exciting, right? Because we're breaking history. Obviously, we still have work to do in that regard, right? I don't think we have to go into that, but we already know what's been happening. We've been discussing it for weeks, so hopefully it's not the last time we see it, right? So hopefully we'll see more of that to come. But Tony Dungy, honestly, is I really respect him because he's a very gracious man. Every time you see him being an analyst, I also appreciate the fact that he has been mentoring the Bears organization because they really respect him. So even though he beat us, I want you to think about that. Like they really take him seriously and his advice. And he's been one of the football experts that our organization has been talking to and why we've made the changes that we did to our team. But anyway, just so we're clear, I do think he's one of the best coaches, and one of the best ones, really. But so he is from Jackson, Michigan. So he's a Midwest boy. His father was a pilot in the Army Air Force during World War II with the Tuskegee Airmen. It's important to kind of share that. So his father, again, if anybody knows anything about the Tuskegee Airmen, awesome. If you don't, look it up, right? We already know they're one of the most decorated African-American pilots during the World War II era. So again, if you don't know who that is, and the fact that his father flew with them, that's a big deal. And he comes from good stock, So already,
yes,
Austin.
Does.
Already,
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a great start, right? If nothing else.
Yes. So again, so just but his father was also a professor also, so he went back and became a professor in college. His mother also was a teacher, so he comes also from his parents were also teachers, which he is an educator. I respect that. So his father was also a science professor, and his mother taught Shakespeare in high school. All right, so let's start with Tony Dungy. Wasn't just a coach; he actually played football. And I'll start it back when he was in junior high school. Not only was he athletic, but he was also very intelligent in the classroom. He was the class president at the age of 14 while being an honor roll student. He was also the leading scorer on his junior high basketball team and was also undefeated in the high and low hurdles in long jump and track. And this is just junior high. So not only did he excel athletically, he also excelled academically. Went on to Parkside High School, where he was a quarterback. Led the team to an 8-2 one-loss record his senior year. Completed 91 of 167 passes for 24 touchdowns and 1,467 yards. Again, just phenomenal athlete. It was unanimous. He was Class A All-State section for that senior season. Again, he also obtained all-state honors for basketball and baseball. So not only was he excelling as a football player, he was excelling as a basketball player and a baseball player. And then again, he continued to excel also academically. So again, just phenomenal student all around, well-rounded guy. Recruited by the University of Minnesota in 1972. So they went and checked him out. And so he started his freshman year in 1973. His first game was on his 18th birthday against Nebraska, with obviously the home crowd supporting him. He ended the season with 156 yards rushing and 97 yards passing. Dungy also earned a varsity basketball letter at Minnesota. So again, continued to excel both in multiple sports. But he decided to focus on football. So even though he lettered in basketball, he gave up the sport to focus more on football at the end of his freshman year. His sophomore year, he started his first 3 games because now that he decided to focus on football, he had more starts. Unfortunately, he got injured, so he really couldn't do too much his sophomore year. He did end that season even injured. He still finished with 417 rushing yards, 600 yards passing, and 1,029 total yards. So even with with his injury on and off, he still managed to get some passing in there, and so managed to get some good numbers. It was his junior year where he was really healthy. He set a then school record of 15 touchdown passes and also finished that season ranked 5th in the nation in both total offense and passing. He was named United Press International Player Back of the Week for his 38-0 win over Western Michigan. So again, just making all sorts of press. His senior year was another success for him and the Golden Gophers. And he was chosen the team's most valuable player for the second year in a row. In addition to being named the team captain, he was also awarded the Big Ten Medal of Honor as a senior for combining the best academic and athletic skills for 4 years. Following his senior season, Dungy had the opportunity to play in the East-West Shriners game and the Hula and Japan Bowl. So again, all 4 years, he was excelling academically and athletically. So, it's important, man. Those brains, guys. I love athletics, but yeah, you really have to keep your brains, strong. You really got to exercise that brain. So again, just amazing athlete and student. Dungy finished his career at the University of Minnesota in 1976 as the school's all-time leader in pass attempts with 576, in completions with 274, in passing yards with 3,515, in touchdown passes with 25, and total offense of 4,680. After completing his senior year, Dungy was ranked 4th in the Big Ten history in total offense. As of now, he sits 7th on the all-time total offense list, for Golden Gophers, and 15th for completions in Minnesota school history. Other Gophers have surpassed the other categories, but these two currently stand. Again, Dungy was a 2-time academic All-Big Ten selection for Minnesota and was a Williams Scholar since the end of his freshman year. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in business administration. So that's just his college stuff.
Right. So we got through college. That's good.
Yeah, right? I'm telling you. So again, Dungy began his NFL career in 1977, which he started with the Pittsburgh Steelers. That he wasn't coaching yet. He was actually playing. Sorry. He was actually playing yet, so he wasn't coaching yet. He became a member of the 1979 Steelers Super Bowl championship team. Dungy is the most recent NFL player to intercept a pass and throw an interception in the same game. He was the emergency quarterback, right? Because that was the game against the Houston Oilers where Bradshaw and Krusek went down with injuries. So he came in and did his thing, kind of helped the Steelers win. So he is a Super Bowl champ as a player. And as we know, he's a Super Bowl champ as a coach, right? He also played with the San Francisco 49ers. And in 1980 is when he actually began his coaching career, where he went back and became a defensive backs coach at the University of Minnesota. Since he spent that year with the University of Minnesota, the NFL picked him up in 1981. He became the youngest assistant coach in the NFL when he joined the Steelers defensive staff at the age of 25. In 1984, at the age of 28, he became the youngest coordinator in league history when the Steelers selected him to run their defense. After 8 seasons in Pittsburgh, he served as defensive backs coach for the Kansas City Chiefs from 89 to 91. From 92 to 95, Dungy returned to Minnesota, where he was a highly successful defensive coordinator for the Vikings at the time. In 1996 is when he got his first head coaching position, which was with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was with them until 2002. But during that time there, Dungy installed his version of the cover 2 defense. with the then defensive coordinator, Monte Kitten. There were a few wrinkles, but the result was the now famous Tampa 2. So Dungy openly admitted that he based that off of his time with Pittsburgh, obviously. So that's how he turned around their defense. The franchise quickly changed under his leadership. By the second season, the team finished 10-6 and earned a playoff berth. 2 seasons later, in 1999, the Bucs posted an 11-5 record and clinched the franchise's first divisional title since 1981. After 6 seasons in Tampa, that included 4 trips to the playoffs. As we know, Dungy was let go. And then, of course, sometimes, even though some people consider the fact that Tampa, let him go was a bad decision, it wasn't for him, because in 2002, he signed with the Colts, where he enjoyed success. The Colts enjoyed success with him that they haven't experienced in franchise history. During his 7 years as their head coach, the Colts posted 12 or more wins in all of those seasons, except his first, when they first started, but it was still 10-6. It was still 10-6. The team claimed 5 divisional titles and advanced to the playoffs every year of his tenure as head coach. In 2006, Dungy guided the Colts to an AFC South Division title, capped it off with that 38-34 win over their arch rival, the New England Patriots, in the AFC Championships game. And then, of course, they beat the Chicago Bears in the Super Bowl. So, again, just amazing, not just amazing coach, but amazing player. He made the All-Decade 2000s team. He also was named NFL Coach of the Year twice, in 97 and in 2005. 148 wins. He was quoted during his acceptance speech, because, of course, he is inducted into the Football Hall of Fame. He was inducted in 2016. He said the secret to success is good leadership, and good leadership is all about making the lives of your team members or workers better, right? So it's not just all about you, it's by making sure that, the team members and workers are better. He earned the George S. Halas Courage Award in 2006, the Lamar Hunt Award in 2009. He is in the Indianapolis Colts Ring of Honor in 2010. Also made the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Ring of Honor in 2018. And as I said, he is inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and that was in 2016. So, Tony Dungy, guys, brains and brawn.
Yeah, probably one of the most respected guys in football even today. And now he's just commentating, so yeah.
Yeah,
yes, Mr. Handy, go ahead.
I got nothing. You hit it on the head.
He said, I got nothing. That's a first. You got Handy speechless. Come on.
He excelled since he was a child. From junior high all the way through.
The man was meant for greatness, Delilah. The man was meant for greatness. All right. Well, thank you again. That has been another version of Diversity with Delilah. Again, it is one of the favorite segments every week. We do totally appreciate it. And I see the fingers going up. So Mr. Fingers is pointing at everybody. What's going on?
No, I was giving Delilah her props.
I know. Her props, right. I forget. I'm this way. She's that way. She underneath. Exactly. But, all right. So as you know here, we do have, in the Let's Talk Football Roundtable, we have a big family. We have other shows, and we have other people that are involved in everything. And so right now I wanted to introduce a new segment for this Super Bowl show. And as such,